How you doing? Come on in. Wipe your feet. It's rainy and muddy outside. I've got that brand new doormat outside. Make sure you wipe your feet before you come on in here. I don't have a four-legger tracking around the house, and I have spent days cleaning, guys. But come on in. Come set a spell with me. I have a big box sitting on the floor. Not quite sure how many items are in it. 8, 10, 12. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go through it. This is August, and in this month, I am highlighting the Whatnot shop known as SuperBuys. You've probably by now seen several of the videos I've done from SuperBuys, all the different products and the variety that I can get, my opinion of them, my rating of them. But I've got a few more items that are very diversified, to say the least. And I would like to get this box out of my front space. I'm dwindling down for now. Other than this order, I still have 4 big boxes stacked on the other side of the room. I have 2 more being delivered today. I also have 2 TEMU, maybe 3 TEMU orders supposed to be delivered in the next day or 2. Finally, right? Finally. And as sad as I am to hear it, I'm very happy to hear that I am not the only one with my TEMU orders getting tied up in customs. It's crazy how long it's taken. The tariffs have nothing to do with the delays in shipping. Tariffs are basically just taxes on the products. That has everything to do with the cost we're paying and the increased costs of the items at TEMU. We got very spoiled being able to spend little money, and get a lot of product. Now we're spending a lot more money, and we have delays in shipping, and we have a lot of other problems for people who live in the United States. People in other countries, it's business as usual with TEMU. So I'm kind of envious of that. But it's good to know that when screw ups from TEMU are happening to me, that I'm not alone. Y'all out there are having similar problems. I don't hold much hope for TEMU's life expectancy here in the United States, simply because their 90-day grace period with the tariffs has run out. The de minimis rule is gone. That's history. It just gets more complicated for those of us in the United States to even shop from TEMU, which is why I am spending a lot of time searching other sites. Now, it's not just TEMU, guys. It's also AliExpress. It's Wish. It's any of those out of the country online marketplaces that are dealing with the same thing. So it's not just China, it's China, the Philippines, Mexico, wherever different things come from. Anything being imported into the United States is going to have a higher price because of the tariffs, and it's going to have a delay going through customs. What I like about Whatnot is that none of that applies. Do I have to pay shipping? Yes. But because some of these items, or majority of these items, are getting bought at a tenth of the price that we would normally pay for them, when I get 15 items and I take that initial $9.71, let's just say 10 items, and I split that up over 10 items, I don't mind paying $1.50 more or $1 more, or whatever it might be per item, to get that savings, because I'm still getting a great deal. I'm getting rapid shipping. It's here in the United States. I'm getting products that are legitimate. Right now, you may have seen in the news that TEMU is under a lot of pressure and under a lot of investigation for selling fraudulent items, illegal items, and a whole bunch of other problems that I would really not want to be a part of. So I do have some more TEMU coming. As I said, I'm shopping using my credits. I don't know what I'm going to do from here. And I don't know what you're going to do from here, no matter where you live, because of the issues that are going to go on with TEMU. But In the meantime, let's take a look at the things that I got from SuperBuys in this particular order. This was from their show dated July 21st, and I have my little sheet here. They send these sheets with everything, and it lists out all your items, how many you got, the price you paid. Seriously, it's like getting your own manifest, your own inventory with every single shipment that you get in from them. So July 21st was the date of this show. I received this on July 26th. So yeah, this has been sitting here for a while. I don't know what you're looking at this video. I think you're probably I don't know. When are you looking at this video? Probably August 24th. I'm not sure what the date that I'm going to release it because, again, it's pre-recorded. I'm trying to catch up. But let's take a quick look at what we got. I'm just going to grab things from the box. I'll show you the size of the box once it's empty and I can pick it up. Right now, you can't pick this puppy up. All right. This is another storage box. This one's a little different. Look at the security. That's just a show tag on there. Look at the security latches on this box. Tight, snap down latches, but it is a hinged box. Okay, so when you lift the latches, unlock them, then they fold down, and your box is on hinges. Adjustable. Here's all your little dividers. A lot of adjustable little little boxes and things in it. And again, there's the dividers on the lid. So when you close the lid, it keeps everything from jumping from compartment to compartment. This is really heavy, really thick, really, really sturdy. And can you see this yellow band? That's a rubber seal. That's a rubber seal in there to keep things in place. This is really heavy duty. What am I going to use it for? I have a variety of options. I may use it for work items like screws and things like that. I did get the other smaller ones, and I do have other storage things coming, but very possibly I might actually use this for the jewelry business once I start getting back in. But for the price, I couldn't pass it up. This sells for $12.86 on Amazon. This box. Seriously, sturdy, claw clamp, multiple hinges across it. You see that? Not just one thin hinge, but multiple hinges across it, and hinge reinforcements on the bottom of this. $12.86. I got this for $3. I can't even find anything this sturdy and this good at Dollar Tree, Dollar General. Yeah, I can find the little small, little cheapy ones, but not like this. This is solid, secure, sealed, so it's waterproof. That's why I'm thinking I may use it for jewelry items, because the last thing I want is moisture getting into all my findings. Findings are basically jewelry parts. So that's a definite bonus, and it's a great price. And you can find those in shops all over Whatnot. I happen to find this one at SuperBuys. Right? Let me get into the next thing here. Oh, handheld turbo fan compressed air duster. You ever try to really successfully clean your keyboard? You ever try to really successfully clean the nooks and crannies and crevices around your stove and other kind of places like that? Not going to happen here. Let me get this open again. SuperBuys is great about making sure everything is secure and taped closed. So here I am trying to get it open without even bothering to cut it, right? Duh. All right, let's get the top off. Instruction manual, obviously, comes with it. After sales service information, front and back. So you're not left hanging. You're not left hanging out to dry, so to speak. Where do you see all the parts in this thing? Here's the unit itself. This has some weight to it. This is not cheap or flimsy. There's your charging port in the front. It looks like yep, there's your power button on the back right there. I want to make sure because I just opened this. That looks like your release button. Why do you need a release button, you ask? Well, because this has parts. This has this big filter part. It has a little brush for getting down in the cracks and crevices of your keyboard. It has a longer, thin nozzle, like a crevice tool. Do you have an idea how small and compact this is going to be for like getting in the My Beautiful desk chair that you've all seen, getting down into the crack and the crevice between the seat and the seat back? That's going to be perfect. Little corners in the drawers or places that need to be dusted that you can't even get one of those little mini vacs. You saw in one of my previous recent videos where I had that nice black wet dry mini vac that I got. Even that doesn't have a nozzle this small to get into tiny places, right? So this has got that. It's also got, hold on, an even smaller nozzle, teeny tiny, smaller nozzle, and, oh yeah, there's more, and a shorter, wider, fat nozzle. This has every possible attachment you can think of for this thing. This is your fan on the back side. This is the back of the unit, right? This is the front of the unit where your items attach. And they just snap into place and twist. Twist it to take it out, put it in, twist it to get it into place. And then you can leave it like this. There's your little flap. Can you see the little flap inside? Just like a little mini vacuum cleaner. So if I were to clean my keyboard, I'd put that together, and then I would put this in there, and I have my little mini turbo. And this does not, how can I explain this to you? All right. You see what it says? It's a fan and a duster. So in one direction, it will, you got your plus and minus, which is your speeds and or your direction. Do you want it to suck things up or do you want things to blow things out? So this will do both. If you put this on where you want it to pull things in, then it fills this chamber. If you put it where you want it to just blow things out from between the cracks, then it won't fill this chamber. This is heavy. I like this. I'm very, very happy with the size of this. That is really cool. Let me take a look at something else. Give me a second here. Yep, just as I thought. All right, to get the filter out, this part twists off here. And then you can just pluck your filter out, clean your filter, put it right back in again. That's tight. Okay. And of course, your power charging cord. This looks to be like it might be a couple of feet. Oh, wow, it's on a rubber band and it's not with one of those annoying little twist ties. This is a good sized charging cord, at least 3 feet, at least, if not more, because my arm span completely across is 6, so 3 feet would be here. So it's 3.5 feet long. That's a good length for a charging cord. I don't believe it has to stay plugged in for function. It might. That's something I will have to check on. Let's see if the instruction book tells me. Oh, it tells me nozzle installation, but I already know about that. All right. Brush installation, speed button, function indicator light. Caution when using. Rated power of the speeds is very high. The fan can only be used while charging when it is under the lowest speed. Use the charging cable fully charged before use. Okay, so it does not require to be plugged in to be used. It is a 100% chargeable item. That is an amazing package. Look at that entire thing. Look at that. That's incredible. This sells for $19.99 on Amazon, a lot higher than that on different places. And I got it for $3. Things you didn't know you needed until you see them and you're like, oh, that'll work for this. Instead of me trying to use something else to get the job done, this is perfect for what I need. So I'm actually going to keep this in its box and I will put it with the rest of my cleaning things. $3 for a $20 minimum $20 item. I saw this at one of the, where was it? It's either Target or Walmart that I saw this for like $28. Amazon, there's a no seam in front of my face. I'm not going crazy. It's like right there. 20, almost $30 elsewhere. But $19.99, $20 at Amazon, $3 deal at SuperBuys. That's just crazy. All right, let's get into another item here. Oh, did I open this? I did. Okay. This is a box of little planter pots. 6 pots. And I'm going to take it out of the box. The buy box. Gosh, I made a trash run yesterday with between all the boxes and the packing materials and the empty boxes that I took things out of that they came in, you know, their regular packaging. My car was full and I had 3 bags up on the top of my car. All right, so let's take a look at these. There's 6 of them. They're a standard about 4-inch, 5-inch pot, about 6 inches tall. There's a watering hole. You don't have to water from the top. You can water from the sides. The bases do pop off. And they snap back on. That's pretty cool. Like that. They snap on hard. Good, solid. And as you can see, let me take the bottom off. See all the drain holes in the bottom. So that is bonus for that. And there are 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, and then of course they didn't put all the bases on them because they wouldn't fit in the box if they did. So I'll put the bases on. 4. Oh, come on, get on there. 5 and 6. All right, and these also come with 6 wicks. Do you know what a water wick is, guys? Have you ever used a water wick? A water wick lets you know when your plant needs watered. This is a very common thing that a lot of growers use. You put your water wick in here. You just lay it in the bottom, let a piece of it hang out, and you snap your bottom back on, right? When this is dry, you know your plant needs to be watered, at least from the bottom. You know your plant needs to be watered. Right? You can put these in the top of your plant, but it doesn't really serve much purpose. You want your roots to come down to the water. When you water your plant, everything goes down to the bottom. So this is basically a wick to let you know when your plant needs to be watered. You can put it in the top, but my plan is to put it in the, and you can see they just slide in there. And you just let a little bit stick out, a little bit hang out. That's all. And you can tell when your plant needs to be watered. So water wicks are wonderful little things. It does come with the six wicks. That set of planters runs for $13.99 at Amazon, $15 or more elsewhere. I don't even want to tell you how much it costs if you try to get it from a box store. I picked it up for $3. All 6 of them for $3. That's like 50 cents a piece. Where else are you going to get planters for 50 cents a piece? Not even at Dollar Tree or Dollar General or any of those other discount places, Big Lots, whatever. You just won't find those prices. Okay, so shall we continue with more goodies? All right, let's see what we got here. Might as well grab this bottle. It's handy. Nice big bottle of Vaseline Cocoa Radiant Moisturizing Hydration. And this is ultra hydration. Big bottle, 20 ounces. Perfect for my arms and my hands. I generally tend to have oily skin. My face is very oily, so I don't need hydration there, or not as much hydration. But my arms and my hands, because I'm constantly washing them, I'm constantly in the dirt, everything else. This is great. Even mom uses this, or was, I don't know if she still is, but was using this on her older, more sensitive, thinner skin that tends to get dried out and flaky. This is amazing stuff. This bottle on average sells for $8.30. Costs a lot more than that even at Walmart. I think it's like $11 or $12 at Walmart. I picked this up for $3. And you can see it's still got the seal on it. Hasn't been used. I don't know if it has a scent to it. I don't believe it does. I don't smell anything. Most of the intensive cares don't have any kind of fragrance to them. Yeah, this one doesn't have a fragrance. Let's find out. I don't know if I can get this latch off of it. Yes, I can. I got it. All right, let's get the latch off. Pop it open and see if it has a smell. No, it just smells clean. Does that make sense? It smells fresh. It smells clean. So that is okay by me. So for $3, gonna start using that puppy pretty soon. Weather here has been so abnormal. Today, which typically, historically, this time of year in August, we're in like Alabama's in my area's in like the 90s. Today, because it's going to be so overcast and so rainy all day, our high is only expected to be like 74. That's crazy. But a couple of weeks ago, we were knocking on the door of 100 degrees with 80% humidity. Nothing about this year's weather pattern is the same as historically as it's been. And all the news channels and the weathermen and everything else are talking about how unusual the weather has been this year, how much wetter than normal. Certain times are hotter, certain times are colder. My skin does not know what to do. It's hard to know. So something like this, I can just put it on every day and not have to worry about it, which I'm very, very happy about. All right, let's get in here and find something else. Oh, where are you? I've got so many things in here. I don't know. Bear with me. I gotta get down in here. Okay. Let's find out what this is. Oh, I've been waiting for this. Give me a second. Let me get it out of here. Goodbye, box. Okay. This is a holder. Well, they say it's for coffee filters. That's what they say. That's not what I got. Goodbye, bubble wrap. Nice wooden top with a nice brass, antique brass look handle. I may change this depending if I have another piece. I may change this and put a black handle on it or something a little different, but it comes with a nice little brass handle. No seal on the lid because technically you don't really need one for what it's intended for. They say this is for coffee filters, but I am going to use this for coffee. I'm going to take a one or two air fryer liners, tuck them down in here to protect the wood, and I am going to keep my loose ground coffee in here on the counter. Very handy. and in a very, yes, kind of matchy with all my natural wood and my butcher block countertops and then a black writing. I don't care that it says coffee filters, doesn't matter. But this is actually going to hold coffee. Coffee does not need to stay sealed to stay fresh, at least not in my house, because I go through it entirely too quickly. Now, I could put a plastic rim around the edge of this. That'd be very easy to do. Put a little bead or get a plastic seal put around it, but I don't necessarily need a seal. This is big. This is for the big filters that you would use if you had like a Mr. Coffee machine and you had those larger filters. This is good, but you can use this for anything. Doesn't matter what it says on it. You can put candy in it, snacks in it. If I don't put loose coffee in here, I may end up putting my pre-wrapped individual pieces of snacks, like my Fiber One and my low cal and whatnot, individually wrapped snacks. Just put them in here and make this my little snack dish. I could make this a little cookie dish for anything that's wrapped up individually. Again, it doesn't have a seal on it, so you do want to be careful what you put into it. But this coffee canister sells for $14.99. You might as well say $15 on Amazon. And I got it for $4. So I will figure out. Right now I have a lot of coffee pods that you saw that I had gotten. So I don't need to invest in any more ground coffee at this point. I may use this for snacks because it is attractive and I can sit it on the kitchen counter. I have room for it, guys. I do. But I do like that it looks like a thin kind of butcher block. It's got that same striping in it like my counters do, with my counters just being a little bit darker. Think outside the box, right? So $14.99 versus $4. That's an $11 savings on that item. You getting the idea that these are the kind of things that, you can find without spending a fortune? I run into a few of you use. I sound like, what's his name? My cousin Vinny, the two yous instead of youths. I run into some of you when I am at Whatnot. I think last night I visited two different shows. The first one I didn't stay into too long because I wasn't really seeing anything pop up that interested me or that, I would need or I could use or that I could get from my community. And then I went into a second show. I went into NVUSDeals with Miss Latasha. And initially I ran into one person in there who stayed for a while. And then a second person came in and did some shopping. And I guided her a little bit to help her with the shopping, make sure she used her coupon, make sure she, watched the little bar on the bottom that says what your shipping is so that you know when you're at the point that you get free shipping. There's a lot of shops at Whatnot that as you spend at that shop, you accumulate credits. So you either accumulate to get a coupon or a percentage off or a discount. It might just be a flat discount, $2 off your next purchase or 5% off your next purchase. You got to keep an eye on those particular ones. Your little icon that's up at the top of the screen sometimes will show a crown or a star. When you click on that, it'll let you know what you may have earned. Now, not all shops have that, but NVUSDeals definitely does have that. So I always encourage and make sure anybody that I'm helping to learn how to shop at Whatnot, that they make use of those coupons. Every little bit helps, especially once you've already met your initial shipping and you still want to do more shopping. So it was a very fun shop last night to be in. All right, what else did I get? This came to me as a 3-pack. Now, typically, I don't use what I call prefab nails or press-on nails, but every once in a while, when my nails aren't done and I have a function coming up, I don't necessarily want to spend 45 minutes rushing trying to get my nails done only to have them destroyed the next day. So these come in handy for this. These is Christmas though. You can see their little Santa hats. Those are really cute. And they're the almond shaped. They're just about the length that I would wear. And again, they are medium because that's the width of my nails is medium. Mama has the real tiny nails. All her nails are about the size of my pinky, where, she's got very, very tiny fingers, but I've got medium-sized nails. So those are for the holidays. I'll put those aside. This one is a bluish purple, but it's kind of almost iridescent. And I love bold colors like that. And then this last one is this iridescent black and silver. Can you see how it changes colors? I just love that. So Germany presented these as a 3-pack. She auctioned them as a 3-pack. These sell for $5.99 each. So 6, 6, and 6. $18 worth of nail products. And I got all 3 for a total of $3. So I paid $1 a pack. Guys, you cannot even get these for $1 a pack anymore at TEMU. And nail tips like this, they're all over Whatnot. All over Whatnot. You can find them like crazy. $1 a pack. And it does include, this has the 2-sided sticky that goes with it. I don't use that. I use the regular nail glue because I find for me, I rough up my nail, use a regular nail glue, press these on, and they'll last for that function. And I don't have to struggle to get them off, right? Can I reuse them? Yeah. If I want to take my Dremel and clean the glue out from the back side of them once I remove them, of course I can reuse them. You have to have the proper tool to do that. But so what if they break or come off? $1 a pack? Seriously, how many are in this pack? It does not say. I would imagine enough. But $1 a pack. $3 for $18 worth of nails. Now I don't feel so bad. If I know, which I do have an event coming up, but I also have some stuff that I want to start doing just around the corner. So I can't have long nails on a daily basis to do that. I'm getting back into that point now that the nails have to be off. That is an excellent option. $1 a pack beats TEMU hands down. Totally beats TEMU hands down. All right, let's see what else we got down in the box here. We have napkins. Cocktail napkins, 100 basic black cocktail napkins. Still wrapped in the plastic. We'll take them out. Get rid of the box. Just basic black cocktail napkins. These will go to my community for whatever they need, little sandwich, little finger things, whatever the case may be. There's always so many different events that you don't necessarily need a big napkin for. These are basic. They'll go with anything they might, have out there. Let me see. Where are they? Are they on this list? Are they on my list? Where's the napkins on my list? Why don't I see the napkins on the list? Oh, I wrote it on the box. These have a value of $7.95, and I got them for $3. Basic black napkins. I was going to say, why is it not on the list? Because I wrote it on the box. So that'll go to my community. Again, you got an event coming up? You want to get something for the event? This is the case where all you have to do is ask, at SuperBuys again, hey, do you have any napkins? Just inquire. Inquiring minds want to know. All right, let's see what else we got. Goodness. Oh, this. Yeah. Okay. They had more than one of these, but here's the thing. Not all of them are exactly the same. This is an aromatherapy candle, and it's a big one. The retail on this is $21.99 at Amazon. See how beautifully it's packed? Pull the top piece off. Oh my goodness. It's got a really thick top piece to hold it. Now remember, $21.99. Okay, it doesn't say the scent on the box, but this is what it looks like. They call this a Buddha candle. This is big. And you see how big this is? This is at least 4 inches across, 4 inches in diameter. All the faces around this, all the way around, it's got these little Buddha faces. It's in a bright orange. I absolutely love it. And it is a 3-wick candle. 3 wicks. Now, it's referred to as a aromatherapy candle, orange, which is the color, but that's not the smell. The scent of this is, it's like a real mild pumpkin, but it's not just pumpkin. It's like pumpkin and vanilla. It smells really good. Whoa. Yeah. Nice and heavy, solid. It is soy wax. This is an amazing candle. As I said, it sells for $21.99, guys, on Amazon. More someplace else. They did have more of these. I paid $3. Uh-oh, you're shaking again. You can tell I'm doing laundry. My towels are in the machine on the spin cycle. And everything is going, "Ugh." So if you're moving, just know I'm cleaning house. Okay? Just stop cleaning house. All right, let's see what else we got in here. What else is in this order? Okay. One more thing. This is actually 2 orders in this big box, and I combined them. So the last thing in this particular order is plastic cups. 500 9-ounce clear plastic cups. What more do you say about these things, right? This 500 pack sells for $23.99. You might as well say $24, right? That's it. Just big plastic cups. I got this entire thing for $4. Is that not ridiculous? $4 for this massive box of cups. And, guys, they come in sleeves. You can use these for drinking. You can use these for putting Jell-O in or putting in, filling it with candies. So many different things that you can use them for. And they come in sleeves. And there's 500 of them. There are 6 sleeves in here. I will probably keep 1 sleeve for myself. These are also great for seed starters, if you're looking for seed starters. Think of the different things you can use them for. But the majority of this box, I would say at least 4 sleeves is going to go to the community. At least 1 will stay with me, possibly 2. I don't know. I noticed the other day I was looking for plastic cups and I was completely out. So this is handy. But for $4 for 500 cups, oh, we're shaking again, guys. Here we go. Hang on. It's going to be a bumpy ride. You may not be noticing as much as I am because I think I'm shaking right along with the computer. All right. So that's it for this particular order. This particular order had approximately 8 items in it. It took 5 days to be delivered. Everything was perfectly packed. I'm going to set that over there. Now, the second order, which was I put in the same box to save space. I'm trying to consolidate as much as I can, guys. I really am. That shaking is driving me crazy. But I can't do anything about it. Hold on a second. Okay. I decided to just pause for the cause and let the spin cycle finish itself out so that we were not rocking and rolling. All right. Let's look at this. Now, I signed in. This second order was from a show on July 25th. I received these products on July 30th. So again, super quick shipping. But when I joined the show, every time I join SuperBuys, I pop in and I say hello to the host. And then hello if I hear Eunice in the background, which she's another one of the employees there that works together most of the time with Germany. So if I hear her, I'll say, hello, ladies, or hello, Miss J, hello, Eunice. Well, the minute I popped into this particular show and I said hello, Germany stopped what she was doing. She goes, Konnee, we have something for you. We came across it. Eunice saw it. Eunice said, this is going to be perfect for Konnee. She just lost Levi. Let's show this to her and see if she's interested in it. That's how they are. They remember. They kind of get attached to their regular shoppers, and they remember things about you. And they remembered that I had just lost Levi. This was just, what, 4 days afterwards? He passed on the 21st, and the show was on the 25th. And I popped in. I'm like, okay, show me. What do you got? This is what they had to show me. This came in this beautiful box, and it says, Crossed the Rainbow Bridge. Now, here's the thing. There was one thing about this auction that ticked me off. They specifically said they thought of me when they saw this and they wanted me to have this. They kept talking about me and Levi. Darn when they ran it for auction, didn't other people come in and try to snipe this sucker from me? And I was so livid. I'm like, are you kidding me? Were you not listening to what Germany and Eunice had just said, that they were running this auction? But nope. People were trying to steal it. And I said, you know what? You ain't getting this puppy from me. And trust me, I swiped very quickly to make sure that I got it. I would have been very PO'd if someone had sniped it for me. And I would have said something in the chat. They would have heard me say, how dare you? That these people set this aside for me and you're going to come in and try to take this? So what is this, you say? Well, comes with a nice little card on the inside. And on the inside, it says, for every time you think of me, I'm right here inside your heart. And it has a little paw. So it comes with that little card. And this, where do you see this? Oh, I got to put this down and take this out of the box because I don't want to damage it. This is a sun catcher with a crystal on the bottom. And it has a paw. Now I have to wing out these pieces to make them, take shape, not leave them flat like this. But it's got the beautiful rainbow on it. The rainbow metal. It's got the heart in the middle. It's got printing around the edge here that says you left paw prints on my heart. Can you see that right there? Along that edge. Nice sturdy chain on the bottom and beautiful crystal beads on the bottom part of it and beautiful crystal sun catchers. There's all the different colored crystals. And then the bottom, huge crystal. This is the size of a plum. This thing is big. So I'm not sure where I'm going to hang it. I may hang it right here. I don't know. I might have to shorten it up a little bit so that I can hang it there. I'm going to put it there for now, just to keep it in a safe space. But that is absolutely gorgeous. That sells for $19.95 on Amazon. A lot more expensive in other places, but I got it for $6. Even with the other people that were trying to snipe it from me, I still got it for $6. I was not going to let this go. It didn't matter to me. They had taken the time and the thought and their hearts to think of me when they came across this, that I had to have it. And when I won the auction, my response was basically, whoa. And then I put a comment. I can't believe other people were trying to swipe what you had set aside for me. And I put a little angry face there. I was like, I got my point across. Right? Nobody responded to my comment. And except for Germany, she said, I know, right? So God bless her for that. But that is an absolutely beautiful item. $19.95. I got it for $6. They may or may not have any more of them, but you can go on to Whatnot and you can search to look for Rainbow Bridge items or, pet items, whatever the case may be. But I got it. It's mine. And I am so thankful that these people care enough about their shoppers. That speaks so highly for SuperBuys. I don't know of any other shop that does that, with the exception of two. NVUSDeals, which is Latasha, and UltraAuthentic, which is Jessie. Those two are exactly the same way as the people at SuperBuys. This is why I frequent those particular shops. They care about their buyers. You're not just customer, right? And they don't ask exorbitant prices. Where do you see the new stuff I got coming in from those shops too? I got everything coming in. All right. Another pack of these. Now, in my last video, you saw a 2-pack of these that was going to the community. These are for me so that I can use paper plates for whatever reason. It's always handy to have some paper plates around the house, right? These paper plates typically sell for $16.95. This particular auction, I paid $7 for these. It is a pack of 50, and they are big. These are 10 by 12, and they're not super thin, and they're deep. Can you see how deep of a well that they have? They're deep. So I will have plenty of paper plates. I think it's only fair that I keep some for myself. I can't do everything for the community. I need some of these products. Do I need them all the time? No, but it's nice to be able to grab a paper plate instead of always having to run the dishwasher. Sometimes it's just really convenient to be able to just throw it away when you're done and not even with the dishwasher, not even have to put it in there. So I like throwing things away. Throwing things away is good. What else we got here? Oh, I got to show you this. This says Starry Under Sink Mat. Now, retail on this is $29.99. So let's just say $30. They call this an under the sink mat. In other words, to catch drips, right? Or to catch messes or things that are leaking. I don't have that problem under my sink. I don't have that kind of product under my sink, or I don't keep my products in such a way that I worry about anything either spilling over, leaking, whatever. I've got very organized under my kitchen cabinet. And if my faucet or anything like that leaks, I'll deal with it, right? All right, so this just says, hello. And on the back of it, it says, uncommon, wild, we break the mold. We stand out, new eyes in the world, fresh and whole and unique and innovative. We honor the old. All right. So this is part of a collection. SDPia, right, has quite a lot of rubberized products. And this mat is big. This is big. This is easily 30 inches across by, I would say, 20 inches at least. And as you can see, it has a lip that's about 1 inch deep. What am I going to do with this, you ask? This is not going under my sink. This is going outside on my porch for when I take off my flip-flops or I take off my shoes before I come into the house. I walk across the porch, and at the far side by the door, I tend to kick off whatever I've been working in, whatever I've been out in the dirt, in the yard, on the gravel, that's kind of messy and icky. This is what it's for. This is low profile, very narrow, but just enough to hold everything and make it easy for me to clean everything too. So that's where this is going. This is not just for under the sink, guys. You got to think out of the box, right? But this, and this is heavy rubber. I don't know if you can tell by looking at it. This is heavy rubberized mat. There's nothing going to get through this. As I said, this mat sells for $29.99, and I got this mat for $5. That's a great deal. That's an amazing deal for me. At least I think it is. I think it is. All right. I got another one of these. When it popped up, you saw my last video, I gotten two. This is exactly the same scent, exactly the same item. It typically sells for $9.99. It comes with your plug-in and your initial fill for the plug-in. These are supposed to last 60 to 90 days, apparently. We'll find out. I don't know, but I've got 3 of them. My house is tiny enough. I did plug in one after the last video, and that's all I need. I plugged it in the central location, right outside the bedroom door, close to the bathroom. So it's almost centrally located in the house. It's perfect for the entire house. It's absolutely perfect. So now I have extras. These, again, sell for $9.99. I got this one for $4. You can't get this for $4 anywhere. And you can't even get this for $4 at Dollar Tree or Dollar General anymore since they raised their prices. This is now either a $5 or a $6 item at my local Dollar Tree. It's not even in the $1.50 groups. It's in the higher priced groups. But it's made by Glade. In case any of you guys were not aware, the botanicals are made by Glade. Or, yeah, because it's Airwick. See how it says Airwick right there? And Airwick is made by Glade. That's a good product. All right, couple more things in here. This is another food coating. Now, you saw how I won the bottle of the honey mustard dry rub. This is a food coating. This is Head Country air fryer crunchy coatings. And this one is lemon, garlic, and herb air fryer coating. This box sells for $7.62. I got it for $4. It does not expire until January of 26. So I've got a good solid, well, we just started August, so August, September, October, November. So I got 6 months. I've got 6 months to use this. You don't ever have to use the whole thing at once, especially with me being a single person. But it's got enough in here that you can use your air fryer at 350 degrees, dip your tenders in the protein of your choice. In other words, you can dip your tenders in milk, buttermilk, eggs, whatever the case may be, and then you dip it into your coating. You take it out of it, you dip it into your coating, and then you just place them in a single layer in the air fryer. You cook it for like 10 to 13 minutes, and there you go. You've got your lemon, garlic, and herb chicken. What a nice way to flavor up chicken, right? So easy to do, too. Only 1 gram of fat, 1 fiber, only 1 sugar, 3 proteins. The little bit that you would put, it's not even going to count for anything when you eat, but it's going to account for a lot of flavor. So again, $7.62, and I got it. $4. All right. For this. I can't find the little food chopper that I got from TEMU, and I'm thinking I might have left it in Arizona intentionally to try to help out the new owner because he was getting reestablished. He didn't have a lot of things. So I did leave him a lot of kitchen items. I'm thinking I might have left that for him because I can't find it. But I don't always want to have to break out my bullet or a bigger chopper. This is a nice, small, compact little chopper. Right? Let's take a look at this. Get out of the box. Oi. Okay. There's all your instructions that come with it. There's all the information. Now, I grew up with a really old-fashioned chopper, guys. It literally was a glass measuring cup that had a wood block in the bottom, and it had a chopper thing that sat like a lid over the top, and it was on a spring. And you would just pump up and down and have to turn to chop. Well, this has your chopper blades, 3 blades on it that sit down in the bottom of this. And this is about 3/4 of a cup, not quite a cup in size. That releases your top. You put this in here together, lock it down in, and this is a pump chopper. Can you see the blades going? But look, it only takes 1 finger. This is not hard to do. This locks your top down into place so it won't pop up, so it's smaller for storage. When you want to use it, watch the top. It just automatically pops open. So this is a hand chopper, no batteries, no charging, nothing to worry about. Easy clean because of the way everything comes apart. You lock it back up again, twist it off. You pull your blades out, easy to rinse off. This can go in the microwave. It is microwave dishwasher, as can the blades. It's BPA free. There are no electrical parts on this. There's no motors. There's nothing to it's got a spring inside. The only thing is, you don't see the spring. It's attractive. And I love that it saves space by retracting when you're not using it and just popping up like that when you're ready to use it. I don't know why, but to me, this seems like this is going to be a fun thing to use. I am constantly trying to chop up small things. As opposed to pulling out a big knife, or as I said, pulling out a bigger blender or something, I can use this. It's not going to take up a lot of room. It's easily going to fit with my other hand appliances. This sells for $17.94 on Amazon. I have seen it at other stores for a little bit more than that. But I got it for $3. And they had more. Look at the things that we find, right? When we really stop and look at things, look at what we find. And the last thing in this box, I'm going to show you how big this box was. This is how big this box was. And I got to break it down in all the other little boxes. This is the last thing. McCafe Decaf Premium Roast Medium Blend. Now, I know it says decaf on it, but guys, you do know that decaf still has caffeine in it, right? There is no such thing as a coffee bean that does not have any caffeine whatsoever. Even decaf has a little bit of caffeine left in it. But I figured, you know what? I am going to try to do a mix. You saw I think it was my last video, a recent video, that I had gotten the K-Cups that originally came from Amazon, right? These, you can get McCafe cups pretty much anywhere. Big Lots, Costco's, any of the other stores, and on Amazon. This is an unopened pack. This is 84 84 K-cups in here. This sells for $34.48 at Amazon. $34.48 for all this. I got this for $3. Get your jaw off the floor. $3. 84 days worth of coffee, because I'm trying to limit myself on most days to 1 cup of coffee. Now, granted, it might be a big cup of coffee, which is equivalent to 2 for anybody else. But I am trying to limit myself to 1 cup per day. I use coffee primarily to keep my migraines at bay because of the caffeine. But I don't have as much stress in my life now as I've had for decades before. I live, for the most part, stress-free now. The people and places and situations and things that used to bring me a lot of stress are no longer part of my life. So it makes things a little easier. And I was thinking, well, maybe I can cut back on the caffeine just a touch every once in a while. 3 months, almost 3 months worth of coffee for $3. I'm just blown away. I'm absolutely blown away. They did have more, but I said to myself, and the only reason I did not bid on more was a space restriction. I'm like, okay, I know where I could put 1 of these. Where would I put 2? It's like, I do have a good sized pantry. And my kitchen technically is a full size galley kitchen, but really I don't need to fill it up with that much coffee. I know when I get down in that coffee, how much this saved me. This is months. I won't have to pay for coffee. Between this and the last thing that I got, I've got 4, maybe 5 months worth of coffee in the house. That's a huge savings right there. So that is that. That's the 2 orders. I combine them into 1 big box. As I said, I'm still looking at 4 boxes on the other side of the room. 3 of them pretty big. 2 of them, maybe 3 of them from SuperBuys. 1 of them is from SoldBySam. You haven't seen an order from SoldBySam for a while. I do have 1, maybe 2 orders coming in again from Miss Latasha at NVUSDeals. I have several TEMU orders coming in. I do have 1 TEMU thing that was recently received. And when I say 1, I mean not 1 order, 1 item that was ordered separately. So technically it's an order, but it's only 1 item. Yeah, we've got a lot more coming. Hoping that the next video that I bring you will be TEMU, because I did get notification this morning that Customs has released 3 packages that have been sitting there for about 10 days. Not as long as the other stuff. I still don't know. The lamp, as you can see, I decided to hang it on the side. I still don't know what it was in that package that made them think it was such a scary thing. Maybe it was just how everything was in rolls or in boxes. They might have thought it was a kit or something of some sort. But my next TEMU items are en route. That I am expected, according to the post office, they're saying expect delivery by such and such a date. So I'm hoping that the next video I bring you will have some TEMU in it. Crossing your fingers that they get here in time. But if not, it'll probably be a pre-recorded video with maybe SoldBySam. We'll see what comes in. So, guys, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Remember to share it, because it is the views that get this channel monetized and keep me able to bring you products and do different things for you. And if you're not already subscribed to this channel, as one of my subscribers said, come on, let's get kind of 4,000 subscribers. We did go up by about 11 or 12 subscribers recently. We can go up by a lot more. If you're watching this, hit that subscribe button. There is no obligation. You don't have to hit the notification bell. You don't need to get notified, but you'll be helping me without spending a dime. And the only finger you have to lift is the one that pushes that subscribe button. So you really don't even have to lift a finger. You just have to bend. All right, enough. Stay hydrated, guys. Above all else, please stay sweet. And I will see you very soon while I empty another package. Or when I empty another package. Who knows? Bye.